Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Liam catches Hope and Carter's first time together reunion bubble bursts. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, could be in for a rude awakening. B&B fans know Liam is holding out hope that he can repair his relationship with Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and ultimately put their family back together. Since Liam flip-flopped far too much in the past, he's decided to prove to Hope that he's solely committed to her. Liam is counting on that being a winning strategy, but there's a secret hurdle standing in his way. Hope is already moving on with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, so Liam obviously has some major competition. That's especially true since Hope's already rejected Liam multiple times. Nevertheless, Liam isn't ready to give up on Hope just yet, so he'll keep working to prove that another romantic chapter is a good idea. Unfortunately, there's bound to come a point when Liam's reunion bubble will burst. Of course, we also know Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, has zero faith in Hope's line despite Carter's sudden enthusiasm. Steffy and Carter will feud about Hope for the future, and a whole lot more in the coming episodes. That could lead to Liam getting involved and hoping he can somehow help. Liam appreciates what Carter is doing for Hope, so he might drop by Carter's place to brainstorm new ways to save her line. Hope recently told Carter that she wasn't ready to sleep with him, but that could change in the very near future. What if Liam shows up at exactly the wrong moment and derails Hope's first time with Carter? Liam might arrive at the door one day and find that Carter forgot to lock it. Since B&B characters have a bad habit of entering unlocked doors, Liam might barge right in and get an eyeful. It'd send a clear message to Liam if he walked in on Hope and Carter hooking up on the sofa. Liam would certainly realize he's a little too late when it comes to chasing after his ex-wife. Naturally, the same twist could happen at the Forrester design office if Carter and Hope decide to do the deed there. Liam could still interrupt and make a disheartening discovery, one that might immediately shut down his Hope reunion efforts. Based on our predictions, Liam may have to lick his wounds once he gets updates on Hope and Carter's feelings for each other. In the sprawling world of the bold and the beautiful, emotions run as deep as the power struggles of Forrester creations, and love triangles twist tighter with each passing day. The spotlight this week shines on a moment that will forever shift the course of several lives. Liam catching Hope and Carter in an intimate moment, one that threatens to shatter the fragile reality that had been carefully crafted around them. Hope's torn heart. Hope Logan had always been the embodiment of light, morality, and innocence in the turbulent world of Forrester. For years, her love for Liam Spencer defined her existence, surviving his on-again, off-again affections and his torn loyalties between her and Steffy. But after endless cycles of disappointment, her resolve started to crack. When Thomas Forrester stepped into her life as a romantic interest, it tested Hope's self-image, making her question whether she was still the same woman who once held marriage vows as sacred. But now, it wasn't Thomas who caught her heart off guard, it was Carter Walton. Carter was an unexpected temptation. His charm, warmth, and quiet strength began creeping into Hope's life in ways she hadn't anticipated. Being by her side during difficult moments, he became the solace that Liam once was. For weeks, the connection between Hope and Carter simmered beneath the surface. Hope tried to convince herself that she was still loyal to Liam, but Carter's calm, steady presence made her heart flutter in ways that Liam's constant vacillation never could. The way he understood her pain, without judgment, was something Hope had been craving for longer than she realized. Carter's dilemma. Carter had been through his fair share of romantic trials. His heart still bore the bruises from Quinn Fuller's betrayal, but he found unexpected solace in Hope. She was everything Quinn wasn't, pure, caring, and principled. But even in that, Carter knew there was danger. He knew Hope was attached to Liam, and despite her struggles, she still held onto the idea of their family. Yet, the pull between them was undeniable, and as much as Carter tried to keep his distance, one moment of vulnerability changed everything. The fateful night. It happened at the Forrester mansion, of all places. After a late night of working on a Hope for the Future campaign, Hope and Carter were left alone in the quiet of the house. The conversation started innocently enough, but as they opened up about their respective heartbreaks, the vulnerability between them turned into something far more heated. There was an electricity in the air that both had been ignoring for too long. Carter tried to walk away, knowing the consequences of giving in to this passion. But Hope stopped him, her eyes reflecting the torment and desire she felt inside. "We've been dancing around this for too long," she whispered, her voice barely audible, but thick with emotion. "Maybe it's time to stop pretending." Carter hesitated, but only for a moment. They were caught in a current that neither could escape. Hope pulled him closer, their lips meeting in a kiss that sealed their fate. What followed was a whirlwind of passion and tenderness, a forbidden connection that left both breathless and overwhelmed. It was their first time together, intense, reckless, and exhilarating. Liam's world shatters. Unbeknownst to them, Liam had been making his way to the Forrester mansion. He had been feeling the distance between him and Hope for weeks, and despite his constant reassurances that they could work through their problems, a deep-rooted fear gnawed at him. That night, he was desperate to make things right. He didn't want to lose her, not again. As he entered the mansion, he heard laughter echoing from one of the side rooms, and his heart dropped. His instincts screamed at him that something wasn't right. Quietly, he made his way toward the source of the noise, his footsteps silent on the plush carpet. What he saw through the slightly ajar door confirmed his worst nightmare. There, in the dim light of the room, were Hope and Carter, wrapped in each other's arms, completely oblivious to his presence. Liam's world crumbled in that moment. Every fear, every insecurity he had buried deep inside came rushing to the surface. His vision blurred with rage and disbelief as he watched the woman he thought he knew so well give herself to another man. The betrayal cut deeper than anything he had ever experienced before. How could Hope do this to him, to their family? Without thinking, Liam barged into the room. "Hope!" His voice thundered through the air, startling both Hope and Carter out of their private moment. Hope's eyes widened in horror as she scrambled to cover herself, while Carter stood frozen, his face a mixture of shock and regret. "Liam, Hope started, but Liam didn't want to hear it. He couldn't bear to listen to her excuses, not when the evidence of her betrayal was right in front of him. "You lied to me." Liam's voice was raw with emotion. "All this time, I've been trying to save our marriage, to be there for you, and this is what you've been doing behind my back." Hope's heart shattered at the look of devastation on Liam's face. This wasn't how she wanted him to find out, and now there was no way to undo the damage. "It's not what you think," she pleaded, tears streaming down her cheeks. But the truth was undeniable. She had crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed. Carter, ever the man of integrity, stepped forward. "Liam, this wasn't planned. I didn't mean for this to happen, but—" "Save it," Liam spat, his eyes burning with fury. "You're supposed to be my friend, Carter. How could you do this to me?" The silence that followed was deafening. There was nothing more to say, nothing that could make this situation better. The bubble of hope and illusion that had surrounded Hope and Liam's marriage had finally burst, leaving nothing but shards of broken trust in its wake. The aftermath. As Liam stormed out of the mansion, his heart heavy with betrayal, Hope collapsed onto the floor, sobbing. She knew she had made a mistake that might cost her everything. Carter knelt beside her, his heart aching for the woman he had fallen for, but knowing that their actions had just destroyed more than just a marriage. They had set in motion a series of events that would forever alter the dynamics of their lives and the people they loved. Now the question remains, can Liam ever forgive Hope? And will Hope and Carter's connection survive the fallout? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the world of the bold and the beautiful will never be the same again.